This is Youngstown State head women's basketball coach Bob Boldon sitting down with YSUsports.com. And coach, you're a week and a half into practice. Can you just talk about some things that you guys have accomplished and maybe some things that you've made progress on and your schedule from here on out?
Yeah, I think we're shooting the ball a little bit better. We're developing a familiarity with each other and showing some progress in different areas. We obviously still have a long way to go, but I've been happy with the first 2 weeks of practice.
What areas have you concentrated on the most? I mean, I know that there was a lot of offense early on, and then you kind of brought the defense in. Just talk about your concentration.
Our offense is clearly ahead of our defense at the moment, and that's by design. I mean, that's what we spent most of our time working on in the preseason. We thought we needed to get better offensively so that we could get an honest look at where we're at defensively, and I think we did that, and we're moving forward with our defense. There's a lot of new concepts. The kids are open to learning those concepts, which makes it very easy to teach them.
Season opener just over 4 weeks away. Just talk about maybe some things that you still want to accomplish between now and then, and what areas you really need to improve on.
Well, we need to improve across the board on just about every facet of our game today, and that's not disheartening because we do have, as you mentioned, 4 weeks to do so. As far as our emphasis, it's going to continue to be improving our offensive reads, being able to read screens and find open people, take care of the basketball, and then defensively stick to our plan. Develop a plan and then stick to it defensively.
The practices, the few that I've been to, there's been not only an emphasis on the X's and O's, but also on making sure that you're giving max effort, not the 80% effort or 90%, and just trying to create that winning culture that losing's not okay. Just talk about maybe how challenging that's been and maybe, just a progress report on that.
Well, we have 3 freshmen that come in, and then we have 11 returners. There are 10 returners that are essentially like freshmen because they've never played for this staff before. So there's a new way of learning. And as I mentioned, most of them have been open to it, and there's always going to be a little bit of resistance. And I think we've gotten through most of the resistance. We still have our moments here and there. But getting through that resistance and them understanding what's expected of them, that's what the preseason is for. And I think we've taken advantage of that and shown some improvement in that area as well.
Can you share maybe just what some of your offensive and defensive philosophies are as a coach?
Well, offensively, we want to learn how to read screens and get open, and learn how to play basketball, learn how to take what the defense gives us. Defensively, we want to be able to take certain things away depending on the game plan. And that's going to depend on team by team who we play and what their strengths are. But, what we're going to try to take away and make it difficult for them to do offensively. And again, we just implemented that earlier this week. We did some things really well, and we did some things very poorly. So, and that's to be expected. Hopefully, in 3-4 weeks, we have less things that we're doing poorly.
Now, your background as an assistant coach with 2 National Coaches of the Year, another Conference Coach of the Year. What have you taken from them in terms of your philosophies, and then maybe what have you kind of brought up your own?
Well, I think almost everything we do, you'll see bits and pieces of all 3 of them in what we do. I worked for 3 very successful coaches, and I spent a good time learning. I really wanted to make sure that I learned everything that I could do. And obviously they did things, and I thought, boy, I would never do that. And I'm sure I have done that after I said I wasn't going to. And I've learned some things that I like, wow, I really like that. So, it's more of, there's a lot more of what they do than original thought from me as far as what we do to be successful.
With your staff, you brought in Jen, who you've worked with before, Tavares, who you had, and then Kate, who you coached also. Just maybe talk, and then of course John Cullen, a local tie. Just maybe talk about how you guys have meshed as a group.
Oh, they've been fantastic. They all bring a lot of energy, and they all bring a lot of basketball knowledge. Coaching college basketball is unique because there's so many facets of it. There's the recruiting, there's the dealing with the academic side of the kids once they're on campus, there's the on-floor coaching, there's the off-floor dealing with real-life situations because they don't live at home anymore, they live in the dorms, and sometimes it's easier to contact a coach than a parent. And they all bring in different entities that really relate well to our student athletes. So it's been It's been really good so far. I mean, I know that we've only been here a couple months, and things are always good in the beginning, but I really foresee this being a successful staff as we move forward.
You mentioned recruiting. Signing day just around the corner on November 10th. Can you maybe talk about how the recruiting process has gone so far? I know you can't mention any names or anything like that, and then even what types of players you recruit, what you look for.
Yeah, I mean, we're very excited about our recruiting experience in the last couple months. It's been very positive. We've been very successful, we think. As far as players we like to recruit, I mean, shooting the ball is something that we put a premium on, and we really go after kids that can shoot the basketball. I think that's the beginning of being successful offensively. And I think after that, then you got to look at kids' mental makeup, how tough they are, how willing they are to learn. What kind of progress have they shown in the last couple months since you've started recruiting them. And things like that. The kids that are going to come in and really try to improve while they're in college and have an interest in improving while in college.
What is it about Youngstown State that you've tried to sell to recruits?
Everything. I mean, I was blown away when I was being interviewed and took the campus tour. I mean, the facilities are updated. The campus itself is beautiful. It's in a city, which I like, and all the conveniences that come with being in a city. And the staff and the administration, I think, are just wonderful. The foresight and the vision that they have for the future of YSU athletics is something that really got me excited. And I think it's easy to sell that information to just prospective student athletes.
You spent time as a coach, Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, Texas, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and now Ohio. Can you just talk about how it feels personally to be seemingly in one spot for the foreseeable future, and then how it feels for your head coaching job to be 45 minutes from where you grew up, basically?
No, it's fantastic. I mean, I've been a lot of places, as you so kindly listed. But this is home for me, and this is where I like to be. Those other places never really felt like home. They were nice places to visit. I met some really wonderful people there, but this is home. My family's here. The friends I grew up with are here. And it's exciting to be back here and to raise my family here in this area that I think really prides itself on hard work and doing things the right way. And it's a place where I'm very comfortable being and very excited to raise my family.